My wife called from a number I didn't recognize. When I answered, a man said he was sorry, that he hadn't known she was married. She was sitting right next to him. Her name was still on the screen when the call came through. I thought she'd sat on her phone. Then a man's voice said he was calling from her cell and he was sorry to do it this way. Said she'd told him she was separated, that it was over for him now that he knew the truth, but I should know. I heard her in the background asking who he was calling. I heard her voice change when he said your husband. I've replayed that sound 100 times. Lauren and I had been married 7 years, met at a work conference, and she moved in within 3 months. She was decisive like that. Once she chose something, she committed fully. I fell in love with that quality and told people about it for years. She'd chosen me fast and completely. Daniel texted my number later that night. He'd gotten it from her phone before giving it back. Said his name, said he was sorry, said he'd had no idea. She walked in at 7 that evening and said, "Hey," started opening mail. I asked how her day was. She said fine. Long, a difficult client. Normal words. I watched her move through the kitchen and couldn't find anything different in her face. She asked what I wanted for dinner. I said whatever. She ordered pizza and sat down across from me. I kept thinking about a man who'd been more honest with me than my wife. I met Daniel the following week. His idea, texted asking if I'd be willing. He was 34, quiet, someone who took things seriously. She told him she was separated, the divorce nearly final. He believed it because nothing suggested otherwise. I asked how he'd found out the truth. He said I called him. He hadn't known until he answered. He slid a printed text thread across the table. I looked at her name at the top and didn't touch it. Lauren admitted it the night I showed her Daniel's thread. 4 months, she said. She'd needed something she couldn't name. It was over. I asked why she'd told him she was separated. She said it was easier than the truth. I asked what the truth was. She said she loved me, but felt invisible, like I'd stopped seeing her. I asked when that started. She said 2022. 2 years feeling invisible and never once saying anything. Daniel texted once after we'd met, asked if I was okay. I said I was figuring it out. He said he was sorry, that if he'd known, he never would have let it start. I believed him. He was easier to understand than Lauren. He'd trusted what he'd been told. She'd had a feeling she'd chosen not to share with me. The stranger had been more honest with me in one call than my wife had been in 2 years. I kept going back to that. I couldn't shake it. My sister-in-law called in March. Said Lauren had been in therapy 6 weeks, rearranged her schedule, doing work she hadn't been asked to do. I said I knew. She said she wasn't calling to ask me to forgive her. She was calling because she'd watched her sister fall apart and wanted me to see it was real. I thanked her and hung up. I sat in my car a while. She'd said the word real. I kept thinking about what that meant. I found a deleted photo in October. Our couples therapist suggested an audit, not to surveil, to identify avoidance patterns. Lauren had deleted 17 photos from last summer. I found the backup on her old cloud, mostly duplicates. Then one I stopped on. Her at a restaurant I recognized, laughing in a way I hadn't seen in 2 years. She was alone in the frame. She looked genuinely happy. I saved it to my own phone before I knew why I was doing it. Lauren and I are still in the same house, same bed most nights.